I have another news story that I want to share, and this involves The Crow. Okay? Now, don't get too excited because there's been like, rumors of a reboot for, I want to say, like maybe a good decade now. Like it's like this is a reboot or a remake that just never ever gets off the ground. So let me pull up some news here. There's a news article on Bloody Disgusting. Let me pull it up here. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Bloody Disgusting. Let me go find it. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Click on that. Get you guys over there to the news. Okay. So, Crow official concept art from Unmade Reboot shows Tom Hiddleston and Luke Evans in Eric Draven's makeup. And I didn't even know that Tom Hiddleston was like rumored to have the part. Now I know that, and I'm going to show you a couple other photos because I've been following this story for years now. So we'll read through this first, and then I'm going to show you some other concept arts from other actors that had the role at one time or another, or were rumored to have the role. But we'll get there. So let me start with reading this. Okay. All right. Official Crow concept art from Unmade Reboot shows Tom Hiddleston and Luke Evans in Eric Draven's makeup. Okay. Just after running our Phantom Limbs article covering the history of director F. Javier Gutierrez's unproduced remake of The Crow. See, I didn't even know he was attached to it. Bloody Disgusting has scored exclusive looks at the project's leading men in Eric Draven's iconic black and white makeup. Now, here is a photo of Tom Hiddleston that somebody did, some concept art. I mean, it's very well done art. It's kind of interesting that he has like the short hair. Kind of reminds me of a cross between the Brandon Lee and Eric Mabius, who was in the third Crow Salvation. Because remember, he had short hair, which I will say for Crow Salvation, the idea that they had for the makeup where it was like burned onto his face, I thought that was a pretty interesting idea, actually. And there's some cool moments in that movie. I think that's what it is about Salvation. It's a movie made up of cool moments. But overall, it's just not really great. You know, I think there was a lot of promise there, but it does get a little sappy at times too. But, you know, I think Eric Mabius really cranked up the theatrics. You know, maybe a little bit too much, but I'd rather an actor go too far than not go far enough. So, but here's a picture of Tom Hiddleston. And as I'm doing this, you guys let me know who of these actors do you think would have done the best job as the Crow in a remake or a reboot. As noted in the Phantom Limbs article, Mr. Hiddleston eventually left the project and was replaced by Dracula Untold star Luke Evans. Seen here in another bit of concept art created by Mr. Corso for the film. As with the Hiddleston makeup, special care was taken to make the nose scar from the graphic novel more prominent than it was in the original 94 film. I didn't even know there was a nose scar in the graphic novel. Somebody sent me the graphic novel too. I just haven't had the chance to read it. Now, here's Luke Evans. And who does he remind you of there, guys? To me, he looks a lot like Vincent Perez, actually. Like a lot like Vincent Perez from The Crow City of Angels. Which I think is another movie that's garnered quite the cult following. You know? It's got some weird moments in it, some weird acting in it. And of course, there's that director's cut that will never probably see the light of day. You know, a lot of production problems in the background, but I think it's a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful looking movie. You know, it captures what, I guess, you know, the Crow in Los Angeles, what that atmosphere would feel like. You know, I liked it. And I liked that it didn't copy the first movie visually. If you put the first movie and the second movie side by side, they look very different from each other. You know, that's intentional. So that I think that's my holy grail right now, is to have an actual director's cut of City of Angels. All right, now so let's go down. Mr. Gutier of the work scene here. We tried to make it as faithful to the graphic novel as possible, grounded and with attention to detail. I wanted to show the scar. Bill is brilliant and did an amazing job. So what do you think? Sound off in the comments section below. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so let me go back over here, and let's see. I got a couple more pictures to show you guys. Blood Red Sky says The Crow Part 3 was the only decent sequel. Ashley is leaving. Have a good night, Ashley. Jason, what's up, man? From Sinister Cinema Reviews. Okay. Now here's a picture of Jason Momoa, who was the last guy that was rumored to have the part. They were pretty serious this go round. You know, they were making some headway, and then again it just fell through for whatever reason. I don't know. I think out of all the makeup, that one's a little bit too much for me. Like, I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. It just seems like it's too extravagant or something. I don't know. And also I think Jason Momoa, I think he's a good actor, but I think he's just too big for the role. Now, if he was going to lose all that weight, then, I guess that would have been good, and I'd give him more of a chance. But, at that size, him playing the Crow, I just don't think so. He's a good actor, really good-looking guy. But, again, for me, visually, I think the Crow needs to look very, almost skeletal-like. Brandon Lee himself, who's a very thin guy, lost 20 pounds himself to play the role. So, yeah. And, now, here's a guy who actually was one of the first that was rumored to be in the reboot. And this was years and years ago, okay? So I'm going to show you a picture of him. And that is Jack Huston. Actually, here's the picture. No, not that one. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. Yeah. So Jack Huston, who was in the show Boardwalk Empire, and you probably won't even recognize him from that picture at all, because in Boardwalk Empire, his half of his face was disfigured. And he was probably one of the most interesting characters on that show, actually. Really good. Yeah, Beth, I agree. He does look kind of like, it looks like Kiss makeup on Jason Momoa. It's just too much. It's just too much. But I think Jack Huston's a really good actor, and I think he would have been great in the role, actually. And I remember when he was announced to have the role, I was really excited. I was like, this is a really good actor. And James O'Barr was really behind him and excited about it and everything. He was even coming to conventions and whatnot. But again, it just never panned out. Like I said, I believe this was the first attempt at getting a remake or reboot off the ground. That just never happened. Now, don't laugh at me, okay? I'm no artist, but I did my own little, real quick rendition today of what he could have looked like in the makeup. And it's that right there. Now, that's horrible, okay? Like I said, I'm not an artist, all right? I threw something together real quick. I took the color out of the picture a good portion, and I did a horrible job, horrible job at the makeup. So go ahead, get it out, laugh your asses off. But you get the idea of how he could have looked as the Crow, okay? Yeah, Jack. Yeah, Troy's already laughing. Thank you very much. There you go. Yeah, Josh Stewart. Now, was Josh Stewart rumored to have the role? I don't know. Thank you, John Smith. I appreciate it. Josh Stewart. Who is Josh Stewart? Let me look that up. Hold on. I'm going to look up Josh Stewart, okay? We'll go together. Hold on. We'll go together. Let me take this off, okay? Let's go on a field trip, guys. All right? We'll go on a field trip together. Here we go. Okay, Josh Stewart. I don't see anything about Josh Stewart being the Crow. Is Destiny talking about something else? Let me see. Hold on. Images. Oh, yeah, I thought that's who it was. That's Arkin. Arkin could be a good Crow. Josh Stewart. Yeah, I agree. He could definitely be a good Crow. You know, especially when he was a lot younger. But yeah, that's actually a good one, Destiny. Yeah, I like Josh. What do you guys think? I think I could see it. I could see it. Let me find out Lee is an artist. Hey, Winter, I'll show you again. Hold on. All right, get ready to salivate. Look at this. Hold on. Yeah, look at that, huh, guys? Right? And they pay me to do YouTube. I should be doing this. This is where I should be making my money. Jesus. It's crazy. The collector. Okay. I was saying he has the look. You're right, Dustin. He does have the look. Okay. I'm just going to leave that up for the rest of the show. So that way you can look at my artwork. Okay. Jared Leto as the Crow is too obvious. You know, Tony? Jared Leto's like getting every role now. Good to see Winnie in here. Okay. Okay, so my question for you guys is, do you want a Crow remake or do you think we should just leave it alone at this point? I'm curious, okay? Because I'm of the mindset, I don't mind remakes. Most of them are bad. I don't know. Are most of them are bad? Are most of them are bad? Are most of them bad? I mean, they're watchable. I think a lot of remakes are watchable, you know? You guys ready to throw pickles at me? Okay, you get ready, okay? I'm going to, speaking of remakes, and answer that question too, Claire, about the freaking, if you think they should make a Crow reboot, okay? All right, get ready to throw pickles at me, all right? Here we go. I have not watched Martyrs. Let me repeat that. I have not watched Martyrs. That's not why you're going to throw pickles, okay? I have watched the Martyrs remake. I liked it. I liked it. I liked the Martyrs remake. But that's probably because I haven't seen the original. I think if I had seen the original, I would probably throw tomatoes at it and I'd probably hate it, okay? But because it's the only version of Martyrs I've seen, I thought it was decent. I had a decent time with it. I will say the young actresses that were in the movie, I thought they did a good job.